RAM. RAM.
Oh shit. Anyways, damn.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so anyways, that's what we're gonna take a look at right now is RAM. Is RAM, DDR4, memory modules, random access memory. That's what we're gonna take a look at. Random access memory stuff. And how do we know if we're getting good stuff or bad stuff? Or if we're just getting stuffed, literally, figuratively. And so we're gonna focus on what can we do after we buy it? Once we put it in the system, before we settle in and say, this is our new RAM. I'm home. This is life. This RAM, hashtag life. Before we get to that point, what can we do to make sure that this is actually hashtag blessed? That's the question. Before we do that, well, we can look at it, see if the LEDs shine bright like a diamond in the sky. We can slide it in the slot, make sure it fits good. We can check out the clearance, like shine a flashlight on the slot once we slide the module in and lock it down. But with our senses, we really can't tell what's going on inside. How do we check the bits of memory, the cells within the memory? How do we check for parity between the strings of data that are being read into memory and the strings of data that are being written out of memory? How do we test the actual memory? We can't get in there. We can't see in there. We need like a hound dog to let loose into the foxhole to flush out any foxes before they start killing our rabbits. And our rabbits in this case are our pictures, our music files, our video files, our spoken word files, our memories, our charts, our graphs, our financial information, our presentations, whatever we have on our system that we don't want corrupted, our games, our settings, or even right down to our operating system. And that's what bad memory can do. If we have memory modules, memory sticks installed that have memory errors, it can cause a slow corruption of data over time. It can corrupt your games. It can corrupt everything. If you have a lot of hard errors that aren't intermittent, you need to replace your RAM because things are going to get funky. And you're going to receive a lot of crashes,
Windows blue screens. You may even have to be reinstalling Windows on a regular basis.
And may even end up having to reinstall many programs over and over again. Weird things happening in drivers.
And user interfaces. And we start blaming it on that software.
But it turns out it's actually the RAM that's corrupting it, not the software. And that's why when we go on comment sections or on discussion threads, no one else is complaining about it. Sometimes that's what it is. No one else is complaining about it because it's just on our system. Why? Well, sometimes it's things like this. The RAM has so many errors that as it's operating, what it's reading into RAM and then writing out of RAM to write into programs or onto your hard drive is not the same information. And that stuff that becomes stored is wrong. And now you have a
Corrupted program.
A corrupted game. Change settings.
Corrupt Windows installation.
A corrupt driver installation.
your registry, everything, because the parity doesn't exist. And there has to be that parity for the RAM to be operating correctly. Parity, glorious darling! Over the course of the next 2 videos, we're going to take a look at a couple of programs that we can add to our troubleshooting toolbox to help us in that pursuit. And the first one is called HCI MemTest, and that is a program that can be run from within Windows operating system, from within the desktop. And the second one we're going to take a look at is MemTest 86, and we're going to run that outside of the operating system. But first, as we wrap up video number 1 of this 3-part series, we're going to show you a comparison of 2 RAM kits. One of them is a couple of years old, and the other one is brand new that we tested most recently. Utilizing both of these tests, let's take a look, a little look at that right now. So it's premium brand RAM. I don't care about that. Always test that RAM out, baby. And don't you ever look back, 'cause we can build this system together.
As long as it's
Error-free forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Nothing's gonna stop us. Now. Ultimately, we want to be error-free. Like Memtest86 says, if it's not a soft error caused by some type of environmental factor like EMI, electromagnetic interference of some type, or some type of power or cable issue, but if you have an actual hard error that is due to faulty memory, electrostatic discharge, or overheating, or a component incompatibility,
then
it's time to start considering warranty, return, and replacing that dirty little RAM. We want to be error-free.